Warning: we are not Japanese, so if we mispronounce any names, we do apologize in advance. This podcast will discuss, in many details, many adult themes that is not for anyone under the age of 18. If you are easily offended or do not want to hear people discuss topics involving sex, taboo topics, and other adult activities with harsh language, you have the option of turning the podcast off now. You have been warned.
What's going on, everybody? Another episode of Hentai to Listen. Matt's back.
I'm back, everybody.
Well, I mean, technically, he never left.
I never left or anything.
But it's just
life
back on time. And
life gets busy. Matt has to do things. I hate obligations. I want to move. I don't want to be at home anymore. I want to not deal with people. That'd be my dream.
But yeah. So yeah, hopefully everybody listen or not listen.
Or whatever.
Again, like I said on that solo pitch, or not really pitch, but had to fill the void of something. Give you guys something to listen to.
We know some of you guys are real lonely, and we're your only companionship. So.
Ouch. But hey, thanks.
The demographic of people that would listen to this podcast are a very niche set of people, and the amount of friends that they probably have is very low, I'm guessing.
But yeah, but very excited for Hell in a Cell Sunday.
Yeah, I heard that's actually gonna be super dope.
Yeah. Although I kind of already know, I think I kind of already spoke that who's gonna win. I don't see Reigns losing. I don't see. I see Bayley losing.
Yeah, I can't picture a world where Reigns loses and they don't pull some kind of bullshit. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh, like when he faced Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
And it wasn't Hell in a Cell. I think it was just what was that? A cage. It was a cage one.
Match or whatever.
And Reigns actually hit the. Lesnar actually was the first out, but his feet didn't touch the ground.
So they're like, "Oh, I'm just kidding, guys," and everyone's like,
"Oh!" Yeah, and everybody was mad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see.
Yeah, I don't see Reigns losing without some more dumb shit like that type situation. I mean, that's like their cash cow right now. So.
Yeah, I don't see Drew losing either.
No, yeah.
But I see him losing the next first contender.
Oh yeah, no, I definitely see him losing the next one, but he's kind of on fire right now as far as like popularity, so I don't really see them not allowing that to happen.
So not only that, I'm still kind of waiting on the Reigns T-shirt. I'm the Tribal Chief or something like that. I can see Vince doing.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
doing that. So as far as Otis versus Miz go, that whole Money in Bank thing.
Does anyone care? Honestly,
no.
Like this, is anyone looking at the card and going like, yes, this is gonna be my favorite. I'm so hyped for this.
Well, no, because 2 weeks going into Hell in a Cell is like, all right, we have 3 cards, and I'm still waiting on the other 2. I'm like, and it's coming down to the wire. I'm like, Monday Night Raw came around. I'm like, oh, okay, Elias versus Hardy. Finally, okay, we need another one. SmackDown comes along. Otis versus Miz for the Money in the Bank. I'll play. Okay, cool. We got our 5th.
Yeah.
But even still, I tweeted this. I'm like, when they did the whole Law and Otis bit, I'm like, I tweeted. I'm like, so you're telling me Vince and the creative team made a mistake in giving Otis this Money in the Bank? I'm like, I could see that.
Oh, I absolutely can see that.
Like, I'm still like, I was kind of waiting for Otis what was the last one? Clash of Champions, I think. I was waiting for him to bust through, cash in on Reigns, and just lose.
Yeah, I was
waiting for that.
I honestly thought that that's the direction they were going to go, and I was going to be like,
at least he used it.
Yeah,
that storyline was gone
now.
And now we have Otis versus Miz. And if Miz wins, who's he going to I'm like, he's going to cash in on Drew?
Yeah, that's what I'm just like.
On Drew?
I don't fucking know.
I don't see how that happens unless I can see him cashing in tonight. It would be a little weird.
Yeah, that'd be a strange thing.
Yeah, it's for any championship. I don't
Yeah.
see him cashing in on Lashley.
No,
I
no.
damn sure don't see that happening. Could he go to SmackDown and try to, pry the Intercontinental from Sammy? Maybe.
I don't know. Just from what I remember, like having the Intercontinental just kind of means that you're put to the wayside and no one gives a shit about you anymore. From what I remember, I could be thinking of a different belt though.
I think it depends on who's holding it.
Yeah, how much money they're making.
Yeah. But yeah, so I'm excited for Hell in a Cell, especially Sasha versus Bailey.
Mhm.
Can't wait for that. Question for you.
Hmm.
I think I kind of brought it up the question on my solo gig. Now I know I keep you consider yourself a furry, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, mersuiting. Now, if you're partial, is that considered mersuiting? I mean, technically,
these are the questions science has yet to answer.
I mean, technically, mersuiting is altering the the fursuit.
The fursuit to allow
yiffing.
yiffing, yeah.
But if you're a partial, is that still considered mersuiting? I mean, you're more of a furry than I am, so
I don't think so.
no.
No, because a partial is just like I don't think it is. Because
No.
I think mersuiting is like you have to wear the modified full suit for it to be considered mersuiting. That's what I'm guessing is what the community at large will agree on. Because like a partial, that's just like kinky roleplay shit
Mhm.
to me anyway. So
Okay. Follow up question: Why do I guess it's hard to say normie of the normie of the
normies.
furry community? Why do they hate mersuiters? Why the hate?
So mersuiters are what the public at large assumes all furries are like.
Uh-huh.
You know, they wear the suits and they, bang in them and, weird fetish shit. Which is not true. Like the mersuiters make up such a small part of the community because one, fursuits are expensive for those of you who don't know for like a decent one.
Yeah.
And then two, to get a mersuit, you have to pay for the fursuit, and then you have to also get it like sex proofed if I'll let you use your
Okay.
I'll let you use your imagination on that and what that particularly entails, but it ain't cheap. So the people that are going the full distance for mersuiting, I say just let them do it and stop judging them because that's an expensive fetish.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know, it's one of those things of I mean, the furry community is already like stigmatized and
Mhm.
hated by the population at large. So when you get the mersuiters who are like, "Oh my God, this is like the greatest thing ever," and like I don't want to say open about it because there's probably even less mersuiters who are like, "Oh my God, this is the greatest thing ever," and like this is all I do, kind of situation. But the extreme mersuiters are what the general furry community gets like
hate for, or I
or
guess.
gets like plastered as like you know what I mean. So like that like take the worst of the worst and everyone's like, oh, that's what this entire fandom and community is about, and it's just not. So and that's kind of why like a lot I don't want to say a lot of the furry community, but some of the furry communities is like let's not talk about those people, but whatever.
All right.
So
Another one. Soft for soft for soft suit, soft suiting.
what's soft? I don't think I've heard that term.
Okay. All right.
Oh, I'm gonna
I tried to look it up. It didn't.
soft furry community soft suiting. Why do I want to look furry community software? You fucking weirdo.
Software.
Hashtag soft suit. What is soft suit?
Like I tried to find a
There's a
definition.
hashtag for it. What does it mean?
Yeah. Like, is it just sexy outfits without the nudity, or I don't.
Oh, God, get the fuck out of my feed, you piece of shit. I can't tell. I think it might just be. Oh, hold on. of terms.
um,
Muscle furs versus fluffer. No, get the fuck out of here. This isn't what I want. Oh yeah, this does not have that.
yeah.
Okay, I have no idea. I don't know what the specific things of a soft suit would be because I saw like normal ones and then I saw ones where I was like, should be banned from Twitter.
Okay. Yeah. Um, so speaking of cons, um, I honestly believe they're gonna come back in 21, whether they're gonna have a vaccine or not.
I don't know. I think it's a fucking mistake, but
I don't. Well, I think the bigger ones can last a couple, maybe one more year, but a smaller one, I don't think they can.
I don't know. It's not for me to determine whether or not my opinion is keep it shut down, but whatever.
Yeah.
You know, it's one of those things of like I care but I don't care. I'm on the logical side of everything should be shut down and shit, but whatever.
Yeah. Well, yeah. We'll
I mean,
see.
if they come back, they come back. I'm not going to participate just because I'm high risk, so it doesn't really matter to me anyway. So
Oh. Okay. Um. But yeah.
yeah, it'll be interesting if they do what they end up doing for precaution wise or policies and stuff like that.
Okay. Anything else you wanna? All right. No.
No,
No.
that's about it. Like I said,
No.
people know my opinion on this kind of shit by now, so.
Yeah. I think we're how many more days until PS5? That's so down. That's so
Oh God, I
down.
think they said November.
November 12th.
Hold the 12th. Yeah, November 12th. Yeah, I don't know. I'm still gonna wait. I think we've talked about this, but yeah, I'm still gonna wait like a year for all the software bugs and all the sneaky Sony shit to come out of the woodwork before I like even consider investing. Because all the games I have on my PS4 are backwards compatible with the 5,
Mm-hmm.
so like that was like my main concern. So like I have no reason to keep the 4, but apparently you like need both on the same network to like back up the saves to the 5. So I don't know if I like go to trade on my 4, I can just be like, "Yo, can we like trade for all the saves or anything?" Cuz I don't want to like buy the 5, set the fucking PS4 up and the 5 up, excuse me. Get all that transferred and then go back to the store and be like, "I have traded for nothing. Just put it in my account, I guess." Like I don't want to do that.
Oh.
I like trading for an actual thing while I'm there. It just makes more sense.
Wait, what games? Because I know.
It's like a list of like 10 games won't be compatible, but they're not like high quality, names
Mm-hmm.
like Hitman Go, which is like the mobile version of Hitman, is incompatible. There's like not like a bunch, there's like a couple of indie games, but literally nothing that anyone's gonna care about. So
Oh, okay. So you're not talking about the games. So like, if you buy, Valhalla for the 4, you get it for 5.
no,
No, no, no.
that's a different thing. That's like
Okay.
an upgrade. So like a game called Control has like had this huge issue of like, well, you have to buy like the Ultimate Edition if you want the PlayStation 5 upgrade, and everyone's just kind of like, but we already beat the game and it's been out for a while, and you should just like upgrade it because you literally just told us you could by buying the Ultimate Edition. And they're like,
Mm.
oh shit, we'll think about it. And then they're like, "Oh, guys, by the way, you have to launch the Ultimate Edition or like the upgraded version of Control on the PS4, and then you transfer your save." And everyone's like, "This makes no sense." But if you like know programming, it does because it's its own type of thing. But anyway, point being, that company's handling shit real weird. But it seems like almost every other company who's like, "You can upgrade to the PS5 version for either a small fee or free," have just been like, "Here you go."
Right.
there's like no drama. It's just like there's one company just literally fucking everything up. It's very strange. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm gonna give it a year. Let a bunch of because I guarantee there's gonna be nerds who are like, we have tried every game on the PS4 and here's how it runs, and they're gonna make a spreadsheet. So I'm gonna wait for the spreadsheet to come out and shit before I make the leap. So
Mm.
I can wait. no rush. I've looked at the launch titles for PS5, and I'm just like, I don't really care.
Yeah, I mean, I looked. Yeah,
And honestly, it's hard for me to justify because, and I got downvoted to shit on Reddit for this. I was like, I might as well wait a couple years anyway for the PS5 Pro to come out or whatever the fucking enhanced model is, because they always come out with an enhanced model.
yeah,
And then they're like, well, if you're gonna wait for the PS5 Pro, why don't you wait for the PS6? Like, because we don't know anything about the PS6, but I know for a fact there's gonna be a PS5 Pro. So like, I'm waiting a year anyway for the PS5 kinks and shit to get, worked out anyway. So why wouldn't I wait? I'm in literally no rush. Like,
yeah,
and people were just like, "That's so dumb." I'm like, "What are you fucking talking about?"
yeah.
I have explained the situation to you. I'm waiting for the software bugs and weird Sony shit to get worked out. And by the time I wait the year, who knows what's going to be announced? I'm waiting for a specific set of games and new IPs to come out that might interest me because this launch lineup doesn't do it for me, Chief.
Yeah,
So it's
I
like,
mean, for me, it's I think it's just Miles,
yeah,
the
it's like
Spider-Man game.
if
That's
I was
it.
like interested, like if I had to like force myself to choose a list, it'd be Miles, not God of War, Assassin's Creed.
Yeah,
That's two games. That's not worth me buying a new fucking console over. Sorry, I'm the asshole apparently.
Not to mention, I'm pretty sure they're gonna have like what they did with Spider-Man, like have like 5
Yeah,
DLC
that's what
chapters.
I'm gonna say, and that's what I'm saying anyway. Is like, yeah, we're gonna get like Spider-Man Miles, and then that's gonna have like a new special edition in the future, because all the DLC is gonna come out, and they're gonna be like Game of the Year edition with all the DLC and extra bonuses. So it's like I might as well wait to play that, and then Assassin's Creed I guarantee is gonna have DLC, so I might as well wait for that.
That season pass, yeah.
So it's like I'm not the asshole. Like, I don't need to play games at launch. I can avoid spoilers, and I don't care about spoilers anyway. So it's like, whatever. Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Let other people work out the kinks and wait for day one patches and all this horse shit. I don't need to. Until I hear about Persona 6, I don't fucking care.
I'm good.
I'm fucking good. I'm not rushing to get this shit bought.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I don't know. The logic of like fanboyism and hoops that people go through to convince themselves like everyone else is wrong for not buying this day one. It's just mind-boggling to me. It's insane.
Yeah.
And like the Xbox, and it's hard not to buy an Xbox because backwards compatibility is really good on it. The Game Pass is fantastic. They're doing really good cross-play and support and stuff.
Backwards compatibility? I don't know about that, man. When I I couldn't play Conker's Locked and Loaded when back in the day.
Did you get the rare replay thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that was not a great game on that one. But other games have been fine. What was I gonna say? So yeah, Xbox is doing a great thing. I just hate the controllers. I hate the Xbox controllers. The Xbox One controllers were not great. They fucking felt like slightly smaller version of like the original Xbox's controllers, which already sucked and I hated. And the 360 controllers were fine, but whatever. I can't use a 360 controller on a Xbox Series X or whatever the fuck it's called nowadays. So, and yeah, I've seen the controllers for that. That looks very Apple-like, if you know what I mean. It's very J.J. Abrams Star Trek is where it looks like it believes or belongs, and I can't. It doesn't look comfortable to hold. So, I don't know. New consoles, super interesting. I'm still waiting. I have no rush to get any of them.
All right. All right, cool. All right. On to the weekend update. Hopefully we won't get a cease and desist. I'll call it on the weekend. Anyway,
This one podcast that gets on average 4 views. You bastards.
well, did you hear about the one chick who got a cease and desist from Game Freak?
That was so funny. I laughed so fucking hard because it's awesome.
Well, no, I'm like at first I'm like, how do you get a cease and desist? And then I said, well,
and then,
no,
and
it was
then
her merch.
merchandise. Yeah,
I'm like,
merchandise too. I'm like, really? You thought you could get away with that because you slightly have a different name and shit? Like, come on.
I think it was because of her merch.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It was
because how many usernames have Pokey in their name?
So it's primarily because of the merch, but then a part of the lawsuit was they're also like, you're kind of an adult star with like an OnlyFans and a Pornhub page. Can you change your name?
Yeah.
So yeah, and I know the gist of it is a OnlyFans, Instagram star, Pornhub user by the name of Poke Princess got hit with a DMCA takeout by Nintendo, but specifically Game Freak, who are like, A, you need to change your name because kids and shit, and two, you sell merch with flagrant copyright infringement on it. So we're gonna need you to stop that. And of course, she's on Instagram. They're like, they forced me to change my name and blah blah blah. This is so unfair. And literally everyone in the comment section was like, your merch was infringing on a copyright. Like the name thing was just a side piece at this point. Like you flagrantly were ripping off Pokemon and a bunch of other shit.
Yeah.
So like, let's not pretend like the name is the reason you're being attacked here.
Yeah. So yeah, I found that was funny.
It was really funny. It was just like, and like, she did the stupid Instagram drama thing of like, I was unfairly attacked and blah blah blah. I'm like, shut the fuck up. You weren't unfairly attacked. The name change thing, okay, that was I guess kind of stretching it, but also at the same time, like,
Yeah.
like if someone Googles Pokemon Princess, there's a very high chance that you're showing up on that, and some 8-year-old isn't going to quite understand what an OnlyFans page is.
I don't know. Anyway,
actually, you know what? That's fair. I don't know what fucking 8-year-olds are in nowadays. So
probably still Minecraft for fucking.
Probably kind of.
No, probably Fortnite. I take that back.
Yeah, it would be probably. Although Minecraft made a comeback, so.
Did they? I didn't even know they went in the tank.
Oh well, it's super weird. Like, there's a guy I'm watching on YouTube who always like talks about like the downfall of like content creators. Like 90% of them have been Minecraft YouTubers, and there's always a section of his videos where he's like, what happened to his subscriber count and his view count? Well, like every other Minecraft YouTuber at this time period, the game stopped being popular. Moving on.
Okay.
It's so funny. He's just like, I'm kind of sick and tired of this shit. It's like, Minecraft tuber, this time span, Minecraft declined, moving on. Super funny.
Oh yeah. Okay. So for those who wants to live in Japan or knows anybody in Japan that's single, tell them to get married.
Yeah, just tie the knot.
Yeah. The reason why is the government is going to give you money.
Yeah, shit ton of money.
Yeah. So for newlywed couples, who have a let's see, what was it?
Yeah,
I wrote it down.
I think this is divided by age group.
Yeah. So if you're 34 and younger, and you have a combined income of 4.8 million, or that's in yen, or 45K, you get a good chunk of change.
Yeah, they will literally just pay you to get married, and I think the other stipulation was you needed to have a kid, if I remember correctly as well. Oh no, it's literally just if you get married.
Yeah.
Never mind. I was thinking of a different thing. So yeah, if you just tie the knot when you're relatively young, the government's just gonna cut you a fat check. And by you, I mean both you and your spouse.
Yeah.
So
yeah, 45K combined. That's I don't know how that's compared to Japan, but here in the States, it's not a lot.
That's not a whole lot. But the cost of living in Japan is, from what I understand, depending where you live, on the whole cheaper than a lot of places here. So maybe that is fantastic. I don't know if you like living in Tokyo or something like that, if this like even helps you. Like I don't know. I haven't done research on like cost of living in Japan fully. So
I think I've done that like 15 years ago.
Yeah, I did it a long time ago for like a school project because we were comparing like it was actually really fun. It was a independent living class, so you had to like determine cost of living. And then for an extra credit thing, she was like, pick 5 countries and like do your best to research like the average cost of living for like a college student or or like a young adult or something. And I was like, okay, I'll do China, Japan, and then I did like Russia, Germany, and then I can't remember what my last one was. But yeah, it was actually really fun. Germany actually had a pretty
Really?
Like if you went to like Berlin or something, or like a major city, it was like New York levels of like expensive, which blew my mind.
Wow.
Yeah, but you do save a lot because of all the public transportation and stuff. So
But yeah, I wonder how would that work here.
it wouldn't.
Well, I mean, if hypothetically,
Here's here's $100.
you know,
You
it's like,
19-year-olds that get married because one of you is joining the military and you're stupid.
hey.
No, I'm not saying joining the military is stupid. I'm saying
Hey.
getting married and then joining the military is stupid. Or because you are joining the military is stupid.
Yeah. Oof, you'd be surprised how many people in my basic training.
We're married
Yeah.
and like young.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
And then they
Then the kicker is having a kid.
really.
Yeah, that's
That one's new to me because I knew they were getting married young.
No, I mean they weren't having a kid; they had a kid.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah, that's the kicker.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
That's,
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean,
well,
to me, I mean, yes, I mean the Air Force. I can't really speak on the other branches, but they actually do. It's pretty decent as far as like
yeah, no,
extra money
I
for
know, like
spouse
I know the
for every
benefits
kid.
that they give you, like, are decent when you're married and like have kids and shit. Like, go to your spouse primarily and shit. But like 19, getting married and like having a kid, and then like being in the military.
Yeah.
I can't imagine a lot of those guys are doing super well.
I don't know, but at the time, yeah, they
I mean,
were.
that's how they get you, right? Like, hey, you have a kid at 19. Well, the Army will pay your spouse for the amount of kids you have and make sure they're fine. Like, okay, I guess I'll join the military.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying it's a cop out, but
yeah, no, I'm not gonna say it's a cop out. I definitely think
it makes it easier.
I definitely think it's a nasty recruitment technique, though.
Well, I don't think they say that.
Oh, I guarantee they bring it up. I guarantee.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I can see that.
I'm not saying, and then again, for those who are like gung ho military people being like, no, no, I'm not saying all recruiters do it. I'm definitely saying there are recruiters that do it,
and it's being brought up.
and it's being brought up. And if you are delusional to that fact, then I don't think you've ever talked to a recruiter in your life.
Yeah, no.
I'm sorry. I had this one guy come into Walmart that was an Army recruiter. I couldn't fucking get him to leave. It's like, sir, you bought your iPad and your headphones. Leave, please. Yep, I'm going to college. No, I don't want to join. No, I'm not married. No, I don't want to get married. No, I don't care about the benefits. Please leave.
I mean, the benefits does get better the longer you stay in a sense, but just straight out right, like, yeah, that's I'm not saying it's a mistake.
Yeah,
but
I'm not saying don't join or it's necessarily a bad thing. It's definitely not for everyone. It's a big consideration. Like, if you want to reap a lot of benefits from being in the military, that's your career now. It's not like you do your 4 years. I think is what is mandatory for service. And then like you get out and then like you're driving a fucking Camaro, like people joke about. It's like you gotta stay. If you want benefits like that, you gotta stay in it. You gotta go through the ranks. You gotta deal with the bullshit. Like, it's a career at that point. It's not like a anyway. Point being, anyway, back to the whole Japan thing. To get to the root of the problem, the declining birth rate. I feel like this is such like a band-aid, throw darts at the wall and pray to God that it works situation. Because apparently, from what I hear, I don't live there. I know brief patches of Japanese culture and their societal issues. Apparently, it's never like a money thing. It's literally just like no one has time to date and get married and have free time to do these kind of things. So like that's why you get like the rental services for like family and girlfriends. And
yeah.
Fucking hated that show. I can't believe we got a second season.
Get the fuck out of here! Really?
Got a fucking second season.
Oh
everyone in the comment section was like, "Oh my God, we finally get to see this guy's redemption arc, and he gets so much better." I'm like, if I hear this guy hard swallow one more time because a woman looks at him, I'm gonna fucking stab
Oh.
him in the throat with an ice pick.
Oh my god.
Fuck this guy. He's awful. He is an anime's doing. I've actually noticed this. Anime has finally moved to a primarily huge amount of their shows to where they're like older to like college level, and I'm like super hyped about that. There's been quite a few. So like Uzaki-chan, Rent a Girlfriend, and there was a couple of other where they've been like young working adults or like college age students. And it was fantastic to see. I'm like, oh, thank God we're not in fucking high school for like the 877th
Huh.
time this year. Anyway, point being, where was I going with this? Fuck Rent a Girlfriend. I hate that show so fucking much. I hate him. I like the character. It's it makes me so mad. You had
That's why I stopped
you
watching it.
have
That's why-
3 to 4 solid opportunities to be like, yeah, we can put an end to this nice and clean and explain the situation, not a big deal. Or like, hey, we broke up, but we're still friends, and we're trying to make it work like that. Anything that normal adults and normal human beings would do, but they just kept fucking digging the grave more and more. And this motherfucker has like 3 beautiful women on his arm, but he's like, no, I want this one that I absolutely have no chance with, and she's not being honest with herself, and all this shit. When he has a girlfriend that's literally obsessed with him right there, and he's not even giving the time of day or a chance, and I'm like, you're an asshole. Just try, explore. It's
Oh.
not hard. Like, I'm gonna stab him in the throat. That's all I'm gonna do.
Wow.
I fucking hate him. Um, but yeah, yeah. Apparently, like when this came, people have made the argument that this is much more of a like societal issue and not like a financial economic issue. So we'll see what happens. Birth rate in Japan has been going down for quite a while, so I don't see it shooting up just because the government's like, here, have some money.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see that happening.
I'm still waiting, and hopefully in 30 years that the hentai version, it's like, you know what, just random give a guy a rape card, you know. Like,
Oh, the fucking did we ever review that one?
no,
I
I don't think we have.
we should in the future because I love that one. It's
There's
so
multiple
fun.
ones, so
I know this, but the one that I'm thinking about is so funny. The guy gets like the have sex with anybody magic card, and he's like, okay, I don't really know what to do with this. And then his like, I can't remember if she's a childhood friend or just like somebody at school that loves to pick on him. You're like, ha, bitch, I got a card now, and she's like, no. Oh God, no! And it's like magic or some shit. So, it's fucking weird. I don't fully understand what happens, but he like flashes a card and shit happens, and I love it. It's great.
oh.
And then of course, his sister's got the brother complex, so she's like, "You didn't even need the card." So dumb.
Oh.
And then it's also fucking funny because he gets penalized if he like jizzes anywhere that's like not inside them. So if he's like getting head and he like makes them swallow, they're like, you can't do that, and he like gets fucking penalized for it. It's so fucking funny.
Wow.
They like take his card away for like a week or so. I can't remember the exact penalty, but they're like, no, no, no. Like,
Oh.
I'm like, this is the dumbest shit ever, but I love it.
Oh my god. But can you imagine if the government just decided to do that?
That would be
Like
very strange.
it would be, but you got to wonder how.
Would it solve the problem? I don't know.
Maybe.
Because if the moral dilemma aside, which that's a fucking terrible thing, by the way, we're not condoning rape or anything of like actual people. Would that solve the problem?
At least the birth rate problem.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's what I'm saying. Would it solve the declining birth rate problem?
Yeah. I mean,
Would
like,
it be a band-aid solution where you're like, okay, for 2 years we're just letting this be a thing, or do you
I don't know.
keep it going to be like, we're literally dying as a population, we need to solve this shit?
2 years. I think this would be like a 10-year.
Like a 5 to 10 year plan or something.
Yeah, and then, I can't remember the series. It was in paper form, So yeah.
What
There-
would we call this? Because we had the baby boomers after World War II. What do we call this generation of the Japanese? Let's not come up with a name. I don't want to come
yeah.
up with a name.
But if the woman got pregnant, she got pretty much set for life.
Yeah, like there'd be benefits for
But
people involved.
but that was more of the you know um I'll volunteer type of
Oh,
thing
I'll volunteer to do this
versus
kind of
the
thing.
just a random guy coming
Hey
around
guys,
a
go
random
ahead.
guy
Yeah, I don't
coming
know.
around doing that. I mean, if it was the volunteer I think they'll go the more the
I
volunteer
think the
route.
volunteer route wouldn't solve the issue, but I definitely think it would help. Although if you're like, hey, Japan's national pride, and you're serving your country, maybe then that would increase it past that because they're very nationalistic over there. But yeah, I don't know. That'd be
And if the
interesting.
volunteer route doesn't go on, then they go
There we
like,
go.
you know what?
Yeah, fuck it.
Oh,
5 years.
So
God, it's so strange.
yeah, that'll be weird.
That'd be yeah.
I'm pretty sure UN would be like, what the fuck are you guys doing?
Yeah, the UN would be like,
fuck you.
yeah, the UN would be like, yo,
you,
bro, the fucking Japan, just
fuck you guys.
fuck you guys. We're solving our population problems.
I'm like, okay, whatever. It's like,
But then Japan, actually, they live really long, so it'd be like another 100 years after that generation of babies grow up. They'd be like, well, declining birth rate again.
yeah. I mean, if it worked out,
Yeah,
then
because how do you? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
well, we'll see in 30 years.
Well, we'll see.
Right? 30 to 50, maybe.
Yeah, 30, 50. Who knows? Who knows?
Because yeah, I think I looked up the.
This became a weird discussion.
I know, I know. Because when I was
everyone that was listening was taking a drink, and they're just like.
Because no, when I read this article, I'm like, what is their birth rate right now? I looked it up, and I'm like,
Low.
yeah, and it's like slowly going down. I looked at ours, just slowly going up. I'm like, okay, this is happening.
Yeah.
Like, this is happening.
Yep.
Oh, so, yeah, so go to Japan. Maybe you get like dual citizenship and get married.
Yeah,
and
maybe you help someone out.
and get a check.
Yeah, and yeah. Ooh.
I don't know how big that check is, but you'll get a check. I don't know if it's just one check per year or monthly,
I think my guess is that it's like a monthly thing.
but for how long, it didn't say.
Who knows? Who
Um,
knows?
this is about as weird as what we did last time about the ex-pimp in Seattle
Yeah,
getting.
there's so many unanswered questions that we just don't have the answers to.
Anyway, moving on. I know that was a long.
A long tangent. This is. We're either. I think we're terrible people. We're not. I'm not sure, but we'll figure it out eventually.
Eventually. So next one. So a bunch of correctional officers were charged for playing Baby Shark on repeat
Loop.
as punishment. Just as punishment.
Yep, just punishment. I can't. Like I can't remember because I've heard this, but the articles I read were a little contradicting. It was either 4 inmates that were like in solitary that they did it to, or it was like inmates that like broke the rules but not severely enough to like go to solitary or like get any other kind of like cell punishment. So they're like, all right, we'll just chain him to a wall and blast a baby shark at him for like all day. And yeah, and that was labeled as cruel and unusual punishment.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, it is cruel because I remember back in the day, I immediately turned off Juvenile Slow Motion because I fucking hated that song. And I remember driving in the car and my friend, when it came on, just straight up blast because he knew I hated that song. So,
What a dick.
so jokingly like, no,
Ah!
turn it off. I can't take it. I can't take it. point of order. Why do rappers have the fucking what is it called? What's the, shit? I can't think of it. It's ballads. Why do rappers have ballads?
I don't know,
it's
dude.
beyond me. Um, I mean, I guess when the first time hair bands did ballads, people were looking at them crazy, and eventually it's like, oh, you know what? This is not bad. But hip hop artists, rappers, why they have ballads is beyond me. Um, it worked for some, what was that? The Nelly and who was it? That country dude. I can't think of his name. You know the song I'm talking about?
I can't.
But anyway, that worked for him. But everybody else, why?
Yeah,
Why? So,
it's like one person does it, it's successful, and then everyone's like, yes, this is it.
uh,
Which it ain't, fam. I'm sorry.
it's not. It's not. So, yeah, little weird. There's actually when I was DJing, people actually requested Baby Shark only because they had, fucking kids.
Yeah,
They're
there's
actually,
kids there. I'm guessing.
so I mean that's one thing. It's like it is funny because it's actually on our, you know, master list. I'm like, the first time I saw the master list, I see Baby Shark. I'm like, why is Baby Shark on it? It's like people requested. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Get the
I
people
don't fucking
request.
believe you.
And then my first show, like, yeah, their kid, you know, requested Baby Shark. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
I
I'd
mean,
be like, oh, I'm sorry, guys, I couldn't get to it in time. I think that's when you just take the headphones off, earplugs in, and just as soon as the toddlers stop dancing, that's when you know you're good.
although the trap version of Little Einstein's not bad.
Low key, when that started to hit Vine, I was like, yo, this actually is fire.
Yeah.
I was like, this actually is pretty fucking dope.
So yeah, that's about it as far as children's opening actually had good jams to it. Was Little Einstein's. So anyway, that's it for weekend update.
Yeah, I didn't have a whole lot because
Yeah.
you guys have probably all heard the weird news by now.
Yeah. So moving along to our reviews. First one is Anita no
Anata no Shiranai Kangofu, I
Or-
think.
Did better than me.
I don't fucking know.
This one, nurses, not bad.
So I love this fucking description for this one. I don't know why. It's not even that special. Just it tickles me. So the main character doesn't even give him a fucking name. In the description anyway, has been hospitalized for a medical checkup. As nurses take care of him kindly, his sexual desires gradually become bigger. If they took care of my sexual desire as well, it would be great. One day he receives an email from someone unknown. Do you know what will happen to the girls who have been sexually insulted completely? What? The email arouses sexual desires, and he finally starts raping the nurses. Jesus Christ.
So yeah, that's yeah.
Because that's how a normal human works. You get an email who's just like, what happens if you rape them? And then you just rape them. I don't know, man. It's an epidemic across the nation. Fucking dumb.
So yeah, this series is weird in itself. Like at first, I thought like his older sister was a nurse and she got raped,
Yeah.
and she's kind of you know bet Bruce Wayne try to solve a mystery. It's like what
Yeah.
the fuck happened? It's like you knew what happened. You'll tell me now, or I'm gonna rape you. Well, I don't know what's going on. All right, I'm gonna rape you, and then
So weird.
and then another nurse is selling drugs out the back. Well, I've caught you. You know what's going on in this hospital. Tell me now.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
tell me what's going on.
I'm gonna tell everybody what you're doing. I don't know what's going on. But,
All right,
I'm gonna rape you.
I'm gonna rape you.
I'm gonna rape you. And then yeah, childhood friend. I think it was in here.
Yeah, I think a childhood friend also.
I don't know. That storyline was weird, but
I don't
I'm gonna
think
rape you too.
Yeah, I'm gonna rape you too because.
But you're gonna eventually like. I don't know why you're
Yeah,
raping me.
you like me, so I'm just gonna rape you, and
And
you're
like
just
you
gonna.
didn't have to rape me. You could have just had it
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah. Which.
And then
Also, I'm gonna. Also, we have to point out, outside of like the nurse selling drugs thing, the fact that they're nurses has so little to do with the fucking story. Outside of nurse outfit fetish fuel, which okay, whatever. I teach their own. School nurses for me, but this didn't have to take place in a hospital. They didn't have to be nurses. All completely useless for the actual plot of this fucking story.
honestly, there was no plot other than raping nurses.
Yeah,
and trying to find some weird
answer to a
mystery
mystery
that
that
went nowhere.
I don't think we're ever fully explained to what the mystery is.
Other than here's the M Night plot twist.
Yeah.
He was dead all along,
Yeah.
or something like that.
Or like
Yeah.
he was the one that the mystery was about. I can't fucking remember.
All I know,
exactly.
it was a
It's
rundown
stupid.
hospital. He's in his weird bed, dry cum in his pants, and
Yeah.
police all around taking the crime scene pictures
Yeah, it's kind
what the
of
hell's going
it's
on.
like kind of hinted that he was like drugged out of his mind kind of thing, and this was like his drug binge after he committed crimes, and he's like in this hospital, and then the police caught up to him. It's fucking weird.
Yeah.
It's so weird. The plot in this is just they tried so hard.
Yeah.
Is what I'm gonna put it down to.
So,
Oh god.
if you have a nurse fetish,
Yeah, so
sure, watch it.
Yeah, if you like nurses, watch it. The actual scenes themselves aren't bad. Actually, they're pretty decent for this time period. Just don't read the subtitles. You're just gonna get confused.
Yeah.
You're just gonna be like, huh? But why?
Yeah, exactly. So if you're down with nurses,
Yeah,
give
if
it
you
a
like
watch.
nurses, watch this. I don't know if Night Shift Nurses is better.
Oh God, I know. In the past, you said we should do a review night shift nurses, but there's so many episodes and so many series of it.
I don't know if I want to sit through that.
I don't. Yeah.
Night Shift Nurses is kind of.
I got to episode 5 and realized there's I don't know how many more episodes just on the first season alone, and then they don't continue on previous episodes.
No, they're all
just new ones.
They're like weird in the same universe, same characters, but they're not connected. So it's like, how do you talk about that outside of like going episode per episode per episode per episode? It's like,
Yeah. So,
yeah, maybe one day as like.
If you're gonna watch this, hit it on mute and then
Yeah, hit it on, or like.
Listen to the Wu-Tang Clan.
Yeah. Oof. Too soon.
How's that too soon?
Because we never got their album that one bastard bought their rights to.
What?
Yeah, the Farmer Bro dude bought one of their albums and took all the distribution rights and literally has never played it publicly. So there's an entire Wu-Tang Clan album that we will literally never hear.
Oh, I didn't hear about that.
He played like 10 seconds of one song off it during a live stream, and it's like, that's all you guys get. And everyone's like, oh.
How long ago was this?
It's like 3 years ago.
Ah. Was that the same time when they released that Hulu?
I don't think so.
Oh. Yeah. No. Anyway, that was more of a Chappelle.
Yeah, no, I know.
Okay.
I know what you meant though.
It
was clever. I just didn't want to acknowledge it.
Oh. Should have.
I should have. You're
should
right.
Acknowledge
that's what a good friend does.
You're supposed to acknowledge my reference. Because that's all I am. That's all I have.
I'm just a collection of memes and references, damn it.
That's all I know.
This is all I have.
Do not take that away from me.
You cannot take that away from me.
Oh. Okay. Moving along. So, if you ever wondered if what Tenchi Muyo had a hentai looks like, check out our next one.
Honestly, I didn't even care about the titty scenes in this one. I was genuinely interested in watching this show.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, there's titties and a dick. Oh yeah, this is hentai.
So this next one is Spos Ofera Agga Ruter.
Yes, Space Ofera Agga Ruter. Is there like a
And
translation?
again, when I mentioned if you want to know what Tenchimuyo in sex is,
Yeah, if they
this
like.
is actually the creator
Yeah,
of
yeah,
Tenchimuyo.
same guy. Honestly,
Point of order, this guy really loves space and pirates.
loves it. Loves space and pirates.
I don't.
He was doing this shit back in like late 80s, early 90s. He was like, guys, space and pirates is like the thing. Everyone's like, no. He's like, but guys, space and pirates? Just saying.
And this dude in water in the fucking spaceship is weird. Boggles my mind.
Yeah.
What's
This-
with this guy in water?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Oh.
So yeah, I don't want to talk about the plot too much because I actually do recommend just watching this, like not going into it being like, oh yeah, hentai time, but like watch it as like a space opera time, like like imagine like I didn't want to say imagine like you're gonna go watch a really good Gundam series or some shit like that, even better than some Gundams actually, to be fair. Um, so yeah, so 18-year-old Tayo's family was killed by a savage space pirate, because of course, and he's prepared to share their fate. But when his ship is hijacked in deep space, he's in for a real shock. Are all pirates as alluring and as beautiful as the mercenary Janice? So yeah, it's one of those things of like, oh, your kind killed my parents, and they're like, okay, sure, whatever, we don't fucking care. Like, you're kind of cute, so you can come with us because we kind of feel bad for you. And then adventures happen because plot. Um, yeah, I don't want to talk about it too much. That's like the thing. I just go watch it. Really just go watch this. It's real good.
Yeah.
It has that late '90s character design and charm to it. So yeah, and this is like kind of one of the prime examples of what we mean by hentai back in the day was just anime with titties, basically.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like there's actual plot, there's character development. The music in this is actually good, which boggles my mind.
So, and the downside about it, it was only 4 episodes
yeah,
long.
it's only 4 episodes. I was like, no,
and
I want
they were
more.
continuing the story. It doesn't stop with
No.
episode 4. It was about to go into 5, and that was that.
That's it. We never got another episode. They never released it.
Oh.
And I was damn disappointed about
I know.
that.
I think that's when I'm pretty sure they greenlight Tenchimuyo.
Yeah, I think that's when Tenchimuyo came and he started full production on that. Or I don't know the full timeline on this without doing some deeper research. But yeah, I was damn disappointed because I like the characters in this. They're all fun to be with and watch. The story is fun. It doesn't. It's one of those. It's serious, but it's not serious because it's a space opera type thing. The sex scenes actually kind of matter for the plot in some way.
It actually does.
It actually matters. Like it helps with character development and plot wise. It's so good. I love it.
Yeah, like just leading into the sex scenes is like
like into this before the sex. It's not just like, oh, I guess we're banging now. There's like actual
reason why.
Reason why. There's like
reason.
There's like fun flirting between some of the characters, or like there's fun interactions that lead to this outside of the typical oh, you fell and you're grabbing my. I mean, I think that happened once, because of course it does. But it's not just that stupid oh no, you fell and you grabbed my boob and now we're kissing, so we might as well just go all the way type thing. There's oh, it's so good. I love this show so much. I was not expecting to like this as much as I was when I watched it.
Yeah, the first 5 minutes, I'm looking at it like, space. Oh, this is the same dude
Yeah,
that
this is
did.
the same fucking dude.
Like wow, this
dude.
looks exactly like Tenchimuyo.
Yeah.
And I typed it. I'm like, holy shit! It
It's
really
the
is
same
the
guy.
same guy. I mean, this is not the first time a creator did both hentai.
Oh, it did both.
I know we did one, and
very famously Shokugeki. The guy used to draw hardcore doujins before he made Food Wars. So.
What did he do? Which one did he do?
He did a hand. I can't remember off the top of my head. I used to have them memorized, but yeah.
But yeah,
Um,
this is not the first time.
yeah,
Point
not
is.
absolutely not the first time that a individual has dabbled in both sides of the anime spectrum. But yeah, this is an argument I make for like '90s hentai of like it was just anime, but there's dicks,
Yeah.
kind of situation. So
Ah.
I guess if I have to criticize anything in this, it's very '90s voice acted. So it's not phenomenal, but it gets the job done.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I mean, they're still technically voicing a hentai, so you have to find people who are willing to both A, put in the effort for the non-hentai stuff, and then B, do the hentai stuff. So it's kind of hard to find the ground for that. So
Yeah. Well, I mean, at least it's better than hiring porn stars for the English versions.
or naming your character Miss Nasty. That you know what
Oh
I
my god.
everything I found has like one or two seeders for that, and it takes forever to download. But I think that should be like a fun holiday gift to our viewers is reviewing that finally.
uh, oh my
But
god.
then I'm like, do I really want to sit through that?
Oh my god.
uh,
Oh. All right. Yeah. Definitely.
yeah,
Definitely.
definitely watch
Definitely
this.
watch
If
it.
you're a fan of sci-fi or space operas and you kind of want space operas with titties in it, go for it. But even if you don't care about the whole titty aspect and you're just interested in space operas, absolutely watch this. It's so much better than what you think it's gonna be.
Yeah. It definitely is. All right. Next one is JK2 Ero Konbini
Konbini Tenchou?
Tenchou. Basically, it's JK to the Arrow store manager.
Yeah, JK and the convenience store manager or, whatever. And so guess what this is about? You get some nice schoolgirls and there's the store manager and they bang.
Yep.
That's about it.
Now,
There's a little more to it than that.
yeah. Going through episode, it was a little weird on the dynamic,
This has so many more
the
episodes than I remember.
relationships to them, because the manager got the job from, I guess, his friend, the owner.
Yeah.
He gave him the job. He gave the job to. At the time, we didn't know. The audience didn't know this was actually the nieces. We did not know that until like episode 4. I'm like, hold on.
They never mention it. And like
This
all of
is
a
your
sudden,
niece?
yeah, and then all of a sudden they're like uncle, and I'm just like, what?
Oh, mom's gonna be here. I'm like, my sister's coming. Well,
Yeah.
wait a
Yeah,
minute.
they're like, my sister's gonna be here, and I'm just like, what?
Like,
Do you wanna fucking run that by me again?
and then
I think this is pertinent information to know in episode 1.
Yeah. So you're telling me that you gave both your nieces this job because your sister told you to, and now you're banging him because of entrapment,
Yeah.
which basically it was.
Oh yeah, 100%.
It's like wait, you told me I could bring these, not those. I told you could bring these ones. So now you're stealing.
Now you're stealing, and
I got you on camera stealing, so I'm gonna bang you.
So yeah, now you're gonna. It's like that. Oh, what's that fucking stupid series of like really bad porn videos? Or yeah, they're like in the pawn shop and they're like, oh, well, you're stealing, but we can work something out. Stupid shit.
Yeah,
I can't remember
I know what you're talking
there's
about.
like a series name for it, and it's fucking dumb, but
Yeah.
it's basically that the hentai. Essentially, is
I
what
know
it
what you're
is.
talking about.
Yeah, I mean, the plot in this is really, it's fine. I mean, it's kind of funny. Like, oh, nope, you took the wrong things home. Gotta bang now. And then it gets weird in episode 4 because they're like, oh yeah, the whole uncle thing. And from that moment on, you're just like, nah.
It's like I wouldn't have had a problem with it because I've seen it before, but story wise,
But
it's like,
just like
you could have told me this first episode.
yeah, because to be like, if you just told me up front, I would have been like, okay, kind of weird, but whatever. I've seen worse. I've seen Onichichi.
But and then I'm like, let's bring our mom into this. Like,
Yeah.
Okay. And then turns out they had a history.
Yeah. Like,
It's like once. I mean, but even still,
yeah.
it's like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah. So then this guy
You
gets
screwed
a nice
up this
little
the whole story
Yeah,
right
now
now.
the guy just gets a nice little harem of family members that he gets to bang because, hentai.
Right. So, if you like your
Yeah, it's kind of hard to talk about anything except like episode 4 because like every episode is just like, oh, guess we're gonna bang in this part of the store. Guess we're gonna bang in this part of the store.
you don't
Oh,
want you don't want your cousin to know.
you don't want your cousin to know, but I'm banging your cousin. Oh,
Yeah.
looks like your cousin's participating now.
Yeah.
It's,
Cousin, yeah.
it's,
Found out. Let's all do a
yeah, let's all
3P.
just bang because we all love each other or something. I don't fucking know.
Yeah. So yeah. If you like your, I think it. I don't know what they call it in JV. It's more considered like molester tag to it.
Yeah, because it's not ugly bastard. Oh, I think it technically is. I don't know. He's not like the worst looking dude I've seen in hentai.
Fat.
So.
So fat man. If you're in the fat man tag ish kind of thing. So there's that. Yeah. If you like the whole convenience store setting, if what have you, sure, give it a watch. Replay value, maybe. Maybe if you hit that random and it pops up,
Yeah,
sure.
hit it. I mean, it's not awful, but it's like that thing of just like, I'm not gonna say go out of your way to watch it, but if you just, want 6 episodes of the same characters, essentially doing the same thing every time, because they don't really change up what happens. Like I said, it's just like, oh, we're having sex in this part of the store. Oh, look, a customer might see you. Shit like that. So if you're into that kind of stuff, sure, but I don't think they ever actually animate anyone in the store now that I think about it, besides just them.
No.
So when they're like, "Oh, a customer might see you," and I'm like, "Store's dead, chief."
No, there was that one dude who had the hots for the blonde chick.
Oh yeah.
And
yeah.
then, she fell over with no panties on and like,
Yeah.
oh my god. Oh, he runs away, comes back. You know what? I'm fine with you not wearing panties. I'm like, who would run from that? What
The
what
dude in Domestic Girlfriend totally would.
I'm like, what sensible male who you have a hots for a chick and she falls over and doesn't have any panties on, it's like, all right.
Like,
I like you even more now.
yeah, like that's what I'm saying. It's just like, all right, dope.
And the uncle's like trying to deter him, like, you like this chick who walks around with no panties on? Man, there's something wrong with you. I'm
Man,
like,
you're fucking
me.
weird.
I'm like,
And
me.
I'm just kind of sitting there like, no, that's not how this works.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Like there's a on my let's see the Twitter page because I'm a guy. There's a guy. And there's a dude. I think he's in New York. Doesn't matter. He's on an electric scooter. He's scootering, but I don't even know how to make that into a verb. Point is, he's going by. There's this chick flashing her ass at him. He just rolls like, yo, that's the nicest ass I've ever seen. And just keeps on going. That's what I'm saying. It's like, what guy wouldn't like? Yeah, all right, cool. Like
I'm
I'm
a gentleman. You're doing this for a reason. You want attention. Nice.
Yeah. So it's like
I'm gonna go about my day afterwards.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna be like fawning over you, being like, "Hey, yo, girl, how you doing? That was some tight shit you got there." I'm just gonna be like,
So
this fucking kid from like the intro of the show on the computer. Thumbs up.
Oh, what was that kid's name?
I can't remember the name. It's because everyone always like replaces it with some shit, so like I never get the original. So.
Oh, the original is hilarious. Just like him monologuing about what was the OS of the computer or something.
Yeah, I can't remember.
It's like, oh, it's all great. Sincerely, something. Thumbs up.
Oh, God.
I don't think that meme's ever gonna die.
God, I hope not. I love it so much.
I have my own meme that I'm trying to. Every time it comes up, I'm waiting on Twitter. I think I used it twice. Shit, that wasn't it. I just wanted to blow up. I got it from somebody took a still from a TikTok video of his parents like vacuuming the baby's arm, and it's his reaction, and they just that's the, that's the reaction. I'm like, so every time I'm like, I'm waiting for this to use. So far I used that twice.
Mhm.
So so yeah. Um, what were we talking about again?
I remember.
Oh, being a
Yeah, just
you know
being a dude. Just
being a
like
dude when you see a girl fall over with no panties on, like don't flip out unless you're that guy who flipped out about
yeah.
seeing vag
Oh no, a vagina.
of a girl that you like and like, nope, nope, I'm a good Christian man. Good Christian. That is not good for me.
Not in this fucking Christian household.
Oh, also that just reminded me of another video. I saw. Have you seen that one video? I think I don't know. It's like heresy in my house. He throws it down. He got a pump action shotgun.
The breadwinners. I think they're the bread boys. The bread boys is what they are. I'm pretty sure. It's like, oh son, I've heard you got a new girlfriend. Yeah, she's pretty great. It's like, oh, do you have a picture of her? May I see her? It's like, oh yeah, sure, Dad. Here you go, son. He's just like, go turn now.
uh,
So fucking funny. I love that YouTube channel so much.
I can't think of the other YouTube channel. It's like Pepsi Man and Coke Man. It's like it's a British guy, and he just goes around, dressed as a Pepsi person, Pepsi Man, and the customer picks up Coke. It's like Pepsi Man just comes like, you don't want this.
You don't want this.
Slaps his hand. Here, take a Pepsi, and then kind of reversed with the Coke Man.
I don't think I've ever seen that. That sounds funny.
Those are hilarious. So yeah, those are our reviews of hentai. Few good, few not so great.
Yeah,
Few.
one item to this day confuses the shit out of me. A space opera, which I don't really consider a hentai, so you should just go watch it and be disappointed like we were that there's not a fifth episode. And
So.
then the convenience store one, which, sure.
Right.
Sure, why not?
Yeah. So, can't wait till next time. So fucking long. If you haven't been on Netflix for a while, Cobra Kai's coming in January.
Eyes in January.
And if you've seen that trailer, there's positive that it's been confirmed there's going to be a season 4.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yeah, and then The Boys is coming soon. Season 3.
Speaking of that,
So
I
excited.
totally forgot about to do it a couple days ago when I did my solo run. Because I know by the time I talked about The Boys, it would be kind of way past. But holy shit.
I'm so excited.
I'm
very excited.
You seen season 2? You seen it?
Yeah, I've seen season 2.
Okay. Oh, man.
Weirdly enough, as much as I don't care about Supernatural itself, I do care about the boys in Supernatural, and I'm like excited for them to move on to new stuff. The fact that he like immediately got picked up as like a key character for season 3, Jensen Ackles, I'm actually really excited to see what happens.
So am I. For two reasons. One, I think season 3 is going to be more geared towards the comic book now.
Yeah, that's kind of what I heard they were talking about. Is they're going to try and follow more closely to the plot of at least the section of the comics that they're at right now. So, which I'm super excited for, because if anyone hasn't read the boys' comics, highly recommend reading it.
Yeah.
Very good, especially if you're kind of sick of like the normal superhero shit. Man, this takes like the superhero genre and puts it in the fucking meat grinder.
Yeah, it mostly does. Cause I'm hoping, cause I'm really hoping to see the boys get juiced up with V, like in the comics.
That'd be cool if they do that.
If they do it, because like I said, that's primarily the reason why I think if you've seen the season finale of it, like, hey, we're putting up the team together to do what the boys actually was meant to do like in the comics. So I think that's where they're gonna gear towards to now.
Yeah, and it's hinted pretty heavily because Soldier Boy, I think that's
Soldier Boy.
name. Yeah, Soldier Boy. The America's first superhero thing before what's his nuts. I can never remember his name. I always feel super bad about
Oh, Homelander.
Yeah, Homelander. Thank you. I can never fucking remember his name. I always feel terrible about that. Yeah, because apparently he's like basically does like a Captain Hero or Captain Hero. Jesus Christ,
America.
Captain America. Who the fuck is Captain Hero? What the fuck is wrong with me? Anyway, he's supposed to be like a Captain America homage. So I can't remember in the comics if he also was like an experiment with like super serum and shit.
No,
but-
because the modern day Soldier Boy is like the third iteration of it.
like third iteration of
So,
it. Okay.
but I think in this one he's gonna be more like the home front where he, just lived a long time.
Yeah,
and the,
it'll be interesting.
and the second most exciting thing, they're finally gonna do Herogasm. Holy shit, that's gonna be.
That's gonna be dope. Don't fuck it up. Don't fuck it up.
Because that one scene where Homelander's on top of what building was that? It's not the Sears building.
An important building, we'll just say for now.
It's a very tall building. It's like him just jerking off. They cut that out. They originally cut that out,
So sad they cut that out.
and then they brought it back.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait, no, they cut it out in the first one,
Yeah.
and they brought it in for this one. So I'm excited what they're gonna do for Herogasm. I thought the club scene was just a homage to it in the first season.
That's what I was kind of worried about. I was like, is this kind of what we're getting? That kind of sucks. I mean, it's cool, but like,
Yeah.
kind of sucks.
But now,
yeah, it sounds like we're getting full Herogasm, which could be dope.
It's gonna be dope.
So dope. I'm not gonna explain what Herogasm is for those of you that don't know, just for spoilers. But those of you who know, you know.
Yeah. Well, it was something else. They were doing 1-star reviews. You know how bad tweets, you know that?
Yeah, bad tweets.
But they were doing a 1-star review, and they were doing that for The Boys. Like, my 10-year-old was watching. This is not a superhero film. I'm like,
yeah, this is.
And I forgot who was reading. It's like, well, first of all, you should
have fucking read the description.
Yeah, and right away it says nudity, adult,
adult behavior.
It says it for every
Your
episode.
hero's name in the show is Billy Butcher. I don't know many kids shows that have that for like a name, unironically.
Yeah.
That's not like a cartoon and it's animated and there's like little to no violence and they just wanted to come up with a cool name for a character.
And not to mention the first scene out of the whole entire series was somebody just literally getting run over.
Yeah.
Like, that was it. That was when I just got hooked right down that first.
I don't know what you people are expecting. Honestly, it's kind of your fault. You're kind of dumb.
Yeah, because
there are disclaimers on the show.
Yeah, there really is. So yeah, if you haven't watched The Boys, watch The Boys.
Watch it.
I kind of wish I watched.
Read The Boys. Watch The Boys.
Also, I was really excited when I saw Love Sausage when he first came on the series. And then during the comics when he first came, I'm like, where are we? Oh, we're in a strip club. This is the last place I should be.
Yeah, this is the last place I should be.
It's like, why not? Because he starts slowing down. He's running full speed. If you don't know, it's like, oh man, I'm slowing down. Why? This is like,
This is the last place I should be.
Oh, so yeah, Love Sausage is awesome. In the comics, he's awesome. And
she's great. I just love it.
So yeah, if you haven't seen The Boys, check out The Boys.
Yeah, watch The Boys.
I wish
Cobra
I watched.
Kai, watch Cobra Kai.
I watched the Borat sequel.
Oh, the second Borat movie.
Yeah. So I could talk about it, but maybe I'll do it on Wednesday or something.
Yeah.
To give you that. Right now I'm watching The Last Kingdom, not the Korean version, the actual. I don't want to say the American version. Maybe it is, but it's the Viking Saxon.
Oh yeah.
It's almost like Pathfinder.
Kinda.
Yeah. But anyway, so yeah, thanks for listening. Once again, oddly enough, our number count went up last episode.
We're doing something right.
I guess.
What we're doing right, I don't know.
I don't know either. I really don't know either, but
hey, welcome everybody. We're fucking weird. Come be weird with us.
maybe it's the tags.
Maybe it's the tags. Maybe people get one listen and they're like, oh.
Yeah, I mean, even me, I know there's been some instances in our episodes like, what the fuck are they talking about? You know,
I was there. What are we talking about?
yeah. So yeah. Thanks again. Thanks for checking out today's episode. It'll be posted when posted. Hopefully, it won't be another fucking week like I did that one time. So yeah. Thanks again for listening to Hentai to Listen. I am Jarrett.
I'm Matt.
See you around.